What up, fight fans? Welcome in. I cannot wait to go through today's show because it's the age-old debate for UFC Shanghai. Do you stay up? Do you pull an all-nighter? What do you do when the fights are on at 3 a.m. Eastern? We're happy to cater across the globe, but whenever there's fights to bet on, Matty and I are pretty happy regardless of time. So thank you for joining us again today. I am Austin Swaim, senior multimedia analyst for Home of Fight, and then I got my guy, the man that cuts the checks behind Home of Fight, the man, the myth, the long shot legend, Matt Tanner, and I got to bring him in and ask him, how you doing today, buddy?
I'm good, bro. To answer your question, I have a very strict rule when it comes to these cards. If the fights start before 4 a.m., I stay up. If they start after 4 a.m., like a 5 a.m. card, then I go to sleep. So this weekend, I've already locked in my room at the Hard Rock for Friday night. I'm going to be running through the night Friday, probably playing some tables, and then I'm going to start watching the fights at 3 a.m. till, what do you think, like 10 a.m.?
Yeah, maybe not even that late. But are you a nap guy?
Yes and no.
Yeah, I literally can't nap at all, so I don't even have that versatility baked into me.
Yeah, sometimes I do.
Probably has something to do with the 5 billion cups of coffee I drink in the morning as far as going to back to bed after that. But enough about my caffeine routine, Matty. How did UFC Sacramento go for you? Crazy main event, wild main event. I thought it was a fun, entertaining card. How'd it go from a betting perspective?
I would have made a boatload if RoboCop would have got Hernandez out of there. I hit 20K on that freaking RDRKO.
Yeah,
and then the last I had a straight bet 3 to win 20 on RDRKO, and then I had a parlay RDRKO to Sergey Spivak money line, which was the worst pick of the card for me. I still feel like that was not the Sergey Spivak. I mean, like, if he would have went out and looked half like himself and lost, I would have said, oh well. But like, he looked so abysmal. Like, how do you look 10 times better against Cortez Acosta than what you just showed us? Like, it was just insane to me. Yeah. So then he loses the fight, and then I'm like, fuck. And I chase on the main event. RoboCop 15K to win 60,000 by knockout. Chops his legs out. Had a chance in round 2. Had a chance in round 4. Just doesn't get the TKO. Yeah. And then in hindsight, it was like, oh, RoboCop needed the 5-round experience. The thing is, looking back at it, I'm like, damn, I could have just took the plus 175 money line, but it's like I just never saw RoboCop winning the decision.
Yeah, I can't really say I really can't say I did either. My model liked it very slightly, but it's one of those things that, like, even when it happens, it kind of feels crazy that he didn't get him out of there and that it actually happened.
Yeah.
So, I do want to shout out Matty. Did you bet anything on the Contender Series last night?
I literally caught a couple of them, so I sprinkled on a few things. I hit the round 1 finish on Ariel, however you say his last name.
Yeah.
I did like a 3-leg parlay. Of course, I had Mir finish as the last leg, and so I broke even, but I didn't really put out any bets. I was just chilling.
I want to say that because our guy Dixon says I have a sharp eye for McDonald's employees. Bella Mir is the McDonald's employee, deep fryers and toilets. Bella Mir, I refer to it as UFC affiliated. So UFC, Dana White's Contender Series, Road to UFC, all of them in the same family. The biggest favorite ever to lose at minus 6,000 or so going away. I saw a frightening amount of $100 Alex Apodaca tickets, which is like, what are you guys pissing your money away on when we're not paying attention? Because that's a crazy bet to make. None of Mir's wrestling grappling credentials translated. It was a wild result.
Insane, bro.
I got rinsed. Yeah, I got reverse swept. But the good news, at least for me, dude, I got reverse swept last year. Still won the season, so there's a long way to go.
I feel like Contender Series, you either win a lot or lose a lot. There's really no in between.
There is, and you're on the ragged edge if they want quick finishes, but sometimes it doesn't always deliver. It's just a really hard line to balance. But I feel okay about this UFC Shanghai card. It's not horrible. Like, we certainly have had worse ones in China. A lot of new folks. Have you been eyeing any cycle legs yet, or are we going to come up with them?
Bro, what's crazy is so I did the Show Me the Money pod with Jason Anik and Tai Tuivasa today, and I literally built a prelim cycle with Jason today that I really like. Which, by the way, that prelim cycle last week was fucking Wesley Schultz guillotine finish away from hitting, and he fucking couldn't finish the submission.
Yeah.
But that's how it goes. But yeah, I built a nice little prelim cycle we can get into here once we get to the fights.
As we go through, let me know what our prelim cycle is as we kind of knock some of these down, because we're going to dive into our prelims. 13 fights, just which seems to be the new stock amount in the Paramount era. Bella had anxiety. Yeah, you never know. Like, MMA is such a tough sport to bet. Like Matty was saying with Spivak, maybe he wasn't 100%. Maybe he was injured. These guys are injured all the time. Yeah. It is a tough thing to go through and to handicap. So we'll see if we can do pretty well through it. Starting with this first one up here at welterweight, we got Ding Meng, your boy. I don't know if you have any attachment to Ding Meng whatsoever. He's taken on Cam Nelson, a UFC debutant in this spot that I got a little bit of a background on, but certainly a rough one, at least to open up from a betting perspective. Ding Meng is minus 142. He flies the China flag, so that's probably why. What do you think of this matchup, man?
This guy's got 28 knockout wins. You know, he was scheduled to fight Islam Dulatov. Have you seen that? Back in 2024, August 2024. That would have been a fun matchup. But I think this guy's solid, bro. What's he, minus 140?
Yeah.
What's that KO price? Probably like even money. Oh, it's plus 170.
Wow, KO is that short?
Yeah.
Whoa.
I mean, 28 of his what, 30 some wins are by KO, so I get it. His decision is plus 300.
That's, I think, way better. But
yeah, I have not taped Cam Nelson at all, though, so I don't have a ton to do here.
Well, I turned on Fight Pass yesterday because I'm like, who is Cam Nelson? What is he about? He is the first he is the first fighter ever from Fight League Atlantic that got a UFC contract in Canada. It's a Canadian promotion on Fight Pass. First fight I turned on, he's facing a featherweight, and this fight's happening at 170. So really tough look for like a regional promotion there, and that's like the risk of these guys that sort of come out of nowhere. You have no idea the level of competition they've been facing. This is sort of an accept or reject of Ding Meng as far as a betting line. I honestly think minus 140 is kind of friendly because I don't think Ding Meng's bad at all. Like, we've seen him on the Contender Series. We saw him with a really tough matchup against Jose Souza just because of Souza's length. He's so long. He's got an 80-inch reach in this division, and he's got those giant legs too. And Meng lost on the scorecards to both of those guys. I don't know how much power he actually carries at a higher level of competition, but I feel pretty solid about his chin. He showed on the Contender Series he can wrestle a little bit. And I hate to do this to Cam Nelson because he doesn't really deserve it. But from a betting perspective, I don't really have a lot that makes me feel like he may not be a complete and total can. Like, I haven't seen anything close to the level of competition he's going to face on Saturday, and he's only plus 112. I'll pass. If someone else ends up catching that ticket on him, good on you, but it's not.
Yeah, I hear that. In China, 7-1 guy.
It kind of feels like they flew him across the world to get Ding Meng a winnable fight because, like, he brings it every time. Like, that Souza fight was a good fight.
Good comment from the chat. 6 years of MMA experience. Ming's gonna sleep him. Nelson doesn't belong. Lay and pray, Nelson.
Wow, but I feel okay about Ding Meng's wrestling. Now he's never faced a takedown attempt, but at least he had a good offensive wrestling stuff.
I mean, the guy's had 45 MMA fights, bro. Hopefully he knows how to stuff a takedown or two.
Got KO'd by a 3-2 bum. We do this with records a lot, and you're like, well, it's just a 3-2 bum. It's just regional. You never know exactly what the story is behind these opponents and how they get matched up. So, like, if you're nervous about laying chalk on Ding Meng, I understand, but I'm giving you a win pick more than I certainly haven't run to the window to bet this fight in any capacity.
That was in 2019, bro. It was a head kick in 2019.
Yeah.
And that guy is no longer a 3-2 bum. He's now a 5-3 fighter.
Well, there you go. And for the record, you and I talk a lot about head kicks. Like, they're not really a statement on durability. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes you just get caught. That happened to Leon Douglas last week. He got caught.
Oh, my God. Don't even remind me.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry to rip that wound.
I thought he was looking so good, bro. The calf kicks were so powerful. The left hooks were powerful, but they were just missing by an inch every time. And I was like, fuck, it's coming. It's coming. And then when he goes down, I was like, I didn't even feel like he got hit that hard. I was just like,
yeah.
fuck.
That it was one of those
shells up, bro. It's the worst feeling.
Yeah, it was one of those unlucky placed ones where apparently he broke his orbital bone like right away. So it's just bad luck. Like because that fight honestly looked like it was going to be a banger as it played out, and you may have been sweating that under 2.5 KO just like in a back and forth fight. But
yeah. I mean, Jamal Emmers, you said it. Hijab called it. He's good.
Yeah, I didn't know Hijab took that little sprinkle until after he put the ticket. That would have been nice to know before I put 2-3 Douglas.
No, I saw it. He put it out before. I was like, fuck.
Yeah. Hijab, a resident sharp, who and he did well in the Contender Series last night by betting very little. That would have been a good idea on last night's card. So Hijab's the best. Join Hobo Fight Picks. We'll talk about them later. But let's move on here. Let's talk about this next one up at strawweight. Julia Pilastri taking on Zhang Jingnang. The Panda coming off a tough defeat. We kind of had high hopes for her in a back and forth banger with Angela Hill. It was not really back and forth whatsoever. She kind of got teed off on by Angie for about 15 minutes. And Pilastri coming off a loss as well. The first fight of the night at the Apex didn't go her way against Talita Alencar. So, Matty, who ends their losing streak in this matchup with Pilastri at minus 230?
I love me some Julia Pilastri, bro. I think I chased the knockout on her in their last fight, which was disappointing. She lost unanimous decision. This is a violent fight, right? This is a pretty good matchup here. Damn, this girl's 10-0 to the knockout, bro. She lost that unanimous decision against Angela Hill.
Yep.
I mean, I kind of like length here, even though I want to go the opposite way, but I'm kind of looking at like a Pilastri decision angle here.
Yeah.
What is that? She's minus 250 right now.
Wow. Over 2.5 is minus 500. So I'm guessing
Pilastri on the cards is minus 145. Jeez.
Oh. Whoa. Pilastri KO is 11-1.
At that price, I gotta fucking chase it.
That's okay. So that's crazy to me. And I put out my prelims primer today. I never would have guessed that because what we saw from Jingnan in her first fight is she really slowed down from a cardio perspective. Now, Angie, I love Angie.
Head kick.
Right, I love Angie to death, man. She's got pillow fish. She doesn't have any power whatsoever. She's not dropping anybody. Pilastri really does throw intention behind her shots. She got Carolina Kovalkiewicz out of there late. And look, I know everyone's going to be like, I'm nervous to back Pilastri because she just went out there and sold against Talita Alencar. Alencar has like this weird snake charm, bro, where people are so afraid to end up on bottom position against her. It's like they stop throwing. Really, Stephanie Luciano is really the only one that kind of kept throwing on the Contender Series. That I think that fight ended in a draw, if I'm not mistaken. But Pilastri is someone that when there is no grappling threat coming back toward her, which will be the case here, she throws out a ton of numbers. She throws out great combinations. I think she's got plus power for strawweight. It is wild to me that she's 11-1 to KO someone that has iffy cardio and she's 38 years old. That's crazy.
There was a comment saying, does Pilastri have a submission threat? Because this chick's been submitted, but she was also submitted with 10 seconds left in a 5th round. So I don't know how much you really put into that. That was probably just pure exhaustion late in the 5th round. I mean, I think the best point that you made here is that, when Pilastri's not facing a grappling threat, I think that's like big for her.
Yeah.
She can keep her rhythm going and just go downhill and get off strikes, but it's still a long shot. Like the chat is laughing at it. That's fine. You guys can laugh all you want, but you're playing the number at the end of the day. 11-1 is pretty crazy. Like I said, I like Pilastri on the scorecards.
Yeah. I mean,
but 11-1 is nasty.
It is the most likely outcome. And by the way, Maddie, this escaped me in the moment. Pilastri got a round 2 submission on the Contender Series against Patricia Aloeas. And it's like, okay, I understand that when you look at Jingnang's record, she's never been subbed, guys, but we learned very clearly in that first fight. I love Angie to death, but the championship level credentials she had in one championship, they don't mean anything here because clearly the competition level wasn't as high. Like, do I know how do I know this girl would fare against Ketlin Souza tomorrow? I really don't know. Souza went to a split decision with Angie Hill. So it's like, and what do we think of her? It's like there are a couple of women strawweight fights on this card. I really called it a division where the margins are very thin. The variance can be very high, and that's kind of how Pilastri lost to Alencar. But in general, Maddie, I really like her, and I think actually minus 230 is a big time discount because of her last performance.
Yeah, I agree.
No model result yet because Jin Nan just hasn't had enough time in the octagon. But
yeah,
you and I are on it. We're like, all right, let's get off this fight. Let's move on to the next.
I'm ready
one.
for that next. I'm ready to skip to the next one.
Oh no, yeah. Let's talk about this one first because I want to shine a little light on your guy here because Hector Santiago is coming in and making his UFC debut. You know where we found him, Maddie? Money Moicano MMA 1. Money Moicano's promotion is where we pulled Hector Santiago from, and he's taking on Road to UFC winner Lawrence Louis. Louis at minus 310 in this spot is the guy we've seen in UFC 4, but I gotta say this one's got sneaky banger potential with Louis at minus 3. So what do you think of this matchup, bro?
I gotta ride with the dog here, bro.
Money
Moicano. What's his knockout price? I gotta take a peek real quick.
Very popular angle, I'm sure, because 5 of his 6 wins by KO. He's a former
plus
boxer.
575. Jeez.
Look, I don't hate that because I think that's how he wins.
Yeah.
Louis
probably gonna lose on the scorecards.
Yeah, Louis was dropped twice in his first Road to UFC fight, so I was a little worried about his chin going into the finale earlier this year in Perth.
Yeah.
But just a little background on Louis. He's a city kickboxing guy. We actually saw him break out some of the wrestling. He had 7 takedowns in the Road to UFC finale, almost 5 minutes of control. I feel like he's a well-rounded guy. I almost feel like he's a 135-pound version of Navajo Sterling, but maybe a little more chinny, where you think of city kickboxing guys only striking, but he's actually willing to mix it up. And it feels like a lot of those guys are rounding out their game. But I am a little bit worried about the chin. The one thing that I want to note here with Santiago, Maddie, is in a karate match, he was body kicked and got knocked out in 22 seconds. Louis likes throwing to the body. He tried 16 body shots on the contender or on the Road to UFC finale. So that's something to look out for. I will not be parlaying Louis because he's a little chinny for my liking at minus 310, but I do think he's a good win pick here. But I don't hate Santiago. He's a good boxer.
Louis by decisions plus 195. That's probably what hits here.
What's sub?
Plus 400.
Whoa, for a guy with no career submissions, huh?
Yeah, that is insane.
Yeah, it's just that,
Santiago's 0-1 to the sub.
Yeah, he's very new to MMA. Like, he had a boxing background before, so if you think if something's not quite rounded out, it might be the grappling.
Yeah, agreed.
That's scary. I mean, you could really only make it
flyer there, though. I would want at least like 7 or 8 to 1 there,
Yeah. Interesting comment from our guy Cornsay, who is a certified ball knower. Hector has been the nail so many times in his striking bouts. I doubt his durability is superior to Lawrence. Hey, Lawrence surprised me on. He took some big shots from Sulin Grangbo in that fight.
Louis by sub is pretty interesting.
I definitely think he's got a wrestling and grappling path, and you have a guy that may not be comfortable from bottom position. I get it.
Yeah, for sure.
Not a low variance fight. Not something I would want to stake my weekend to. So I'll give you your request, Matty. You asked to move on. Let's do it. Let's go to 135 and talk about our guy Zhao Long. He's taking on Francesco Nuzzi. Or Newsy, however, I've heard both pronunciations. I'm sure I'll get the right one on the broadcast on Saturday. But Francesco's been around, Matty. He was with PFL. He's with Cage Warriors, and so now gets a really tough assignment here. First one out was Zhao Long. I actually I was going to try to sell you a cycle leg here, so I want to hear what your thoughts on this fight are and see maybe if you're on the same page as I am.
I mean, bro, I like Zhao Long. I hated, his fight IQ in the Cody Garbrandt fight.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he should have won that fight. He lost on the point deductions, I believe. Was it 2-point deductions or what was it?
Yeah, it was 2 points that got deducted.
2-point deductions, so he lost unanimous decision. I hated how he didn't really. I mean, Cody was on his bike. It's hard for me to remember that full fight, but I believe like late in the 3rd round, he didn't really go for it, or Cody was bouncing around, or so it wasn't the greatest look for him. But I mean, he's fought some decent competition here. Oh, he lost that decision to Su Yang before that fight. But no, I like Zhao Long. Tell me what path are you on? Are you looking at for the cycle here?
Okay, ready? Yeah. Zhao Long by knockout, lock it in. I love like a round one bonk here, dude. This is why. So I
think Zhao 475, by the way.
Yeah, I think Zhao is a guy that carries a lot of power in this spot. And Nuzi in his last fight, he was actually stunned. He was knocked down like within 30 seconds early in the fight. I think he's a little bit chinny. Now, Nuzi is good. He is a southpaw boxer, really quick 1-2. Body kicks and open stances are certainly there. And Zhao is kind of a guy that is like willing to get hit a little bit, if you know what I mean. Some people are very high on Nuzi's grappling upside because he's been doing some grappling stuff regionally. I haven't really seen that, at least in the PFL or Cage Warrior stuff. In fact, he was submitted by Mando Gutierrez, DWCS alum, in PFL. So I don't know if the grappling path is there or not. My boy Yu Jitsu is a really good guy on the mat that Zhao was just fine against. And look, that Cody Garbrandt fight was a fever dream where, first of all, Cody got the first round scored for him on 2 cards where I thought arguably Zhao Long won it. Like there was like that brief, was it a knockdown? Was it not a knockdown? I don't even know if it was. And then Cody got the round off of that. And then Zhao Long convincingly won the last 2 rounds. And then the point deduction threw everything out of sorts. So it's been a while, I think, since Zhao Long had like a willing dance partner. Nuzi kind of looks like Moicano. I don't really see it. Do you see it? I don't really see it. Yeah, we got a great comment. In my write-up that I put out, I had called this the Battle of the Ball Crushers because Zhao Long had the groin strikes against Cody. Nuzi's last fight was called off, Matty, because of multiple, 4 fouls, 2 groin strikes, and then his opponent wasn't able to fight after the second one. So watch your balls in this fight, I guess is what I'm saying.
What's the point deduction prop? -10.
If I have I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, I always look at a fight and I'm like, okay, how are most people going to play this fight? I think they're going to think Zhao decision. And then I'm like, what could be a sneaky angle? And then I think to myself, I think Zhao's a guy, I think he's a tank. And he comes forward.
Club and sub is super live, though. I agree with the chat here, bro.
How many sub attempts does Zhao have?
Zhao has 9 career submissions.
I don't care regionally. He's never tried one in UFC.
Not one. And he's had, does that include the 4 road to UFC fights too? 5 road to UFC?
Yes.
4 road to UFC fights?
No submission attempts
that's incredible.
No, not a lot of the road to UFC guys are grapplers in their own right. And this is, Zhao's a better striker than all of them. That's why he was trying to stay at distance. I get it. So.
Yeah. No, for sure. Yeah. The finish is +220.
Okay.
But it's not as exciting at the +475 KO number.
In China, and we got another comment that was very appropriate. That's something I didn't even think about. His job's probably on the line here, dude. Training with a good gym at Team Alpha Male. I love that 1-2 KO angle for him.
Yeah. Interesting. I definitely like it early. If it comes, I definitely like it 1-2. So
I thought about a Nuzi dog shot here before I turned on the tape, and then afterward I was like, feels kind of like a regional guy.
Yeah.
But so I'm glad you like Zhao Long. I was, by the way, thinking about throwing him in the safe parlay.
He frustrated the shit out of me in his last fight, though, so we'll have to see if I can get there on him after that.
Yeah. That fight was absolutely crazy. Do you remember our show cycle had Cody Garbrandt by decision there? It should not have cashed. It was actually a worse parlay than some of the ones that we've had actually not cash.
Yeah, that's true.
That was a terrible bet, and somehow Cody Garbrandt got it done. But let's move forward here. Let's talk about this next one at featherweight.
Let's go.
Jack Jenkins taking on the sniper, Sean Woodson. Matty, I think this is a pretty darn good featherweight bout between these two guys just buried randomly on the Shanghai prelims. So Sean Woodson right now -164 or so, with Jack about +130. Pretty close by this card standard. So what do you think about Woodson as a small favorite here?
I'm very biased. Sean Woodson's my guy, but
didn't you play table games with him or something?
Yeah. He's a gambler for sure, bro. But yeah, I love Sean Woodson's style. His size, his length, and his weight class is just unmatched. I think if he can avoid crazy heavy leg kicks, and he's just going to dance around this guy and pop a job out there.
Yeah.
And I think if Jenkins does anything too risky, he could actually knock him out. But I like Woodson on the scorecards here, like 30-27. Maybe even like a round 3 TKO, kind of like we saw in the Woodson, the round 3. He took the round 3 TKO against Dan Ige. That shit devastated me, bro. I thought he was looking good in that fight. But I think Woodson can kind of like gain some attrition throughout this fight and, maybe even get him out of there late. But I think he probably wins on the scorecards here, which it's pretty short. I'm pretty sure I think it's like plus 140. Hold on, let me take a look. This was actually leg 1 of the prelim cycle. Woodson by decision.
I get that.
Plus 165.
Yeah. I get that. I got it. I
agree. Woodson. I think Jack's pretty tough.
It is, yeah. I think Jack Jenkins is incredibly tough. Like, he's a really tough guy to get out of there. That knockout loss was a broken arm against Chepe, just kind of a fluke thing when he posted up on it. So, like, I think he's a really tough guy to knock out. And I had to double check my notes. I'm like, is it really a 10-inch reach edge? But it is a 10-inch reach edge for Woodson.
Bro, that's insane.
The legs are very long as well. I'm a little scarred by this because of how the Coway Fernandez fight went a couple weeks ago. But I do think Jenkins' leg kicks are a big weapon for him here.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, Woodson took like 20 of them from Jordan and he wasn't really bothered by it. Yeah. I think Jack throws a little bit harder. Jack's a guy that's just really tough for me to fade in any circumstance because all of his numbers look so good and I'm a numbers guy. Not the best competition though. I don't think he's got like overwhelming submission upside. And the thing that you may hear in this breakdown is that Jenkins has wrestling upside. I think it's going to be really tough for him to wrestle Woodson.
Bro, I don't think he's going to be able to.
Woodson is
just the distance management and the reach, and then Woodson's pretty good up against the cage, the takedown defense.
Yeah,
I mean, Jack is a guy that it took to round 3 to get Herbert Burns out of there, who was getting put away a lot earlier in every other fight he was competed in. I just don't think Jack Jenkins is dangerous enough to get Woodson out of there. I think Woodson's going to style on him, for 2 to 3 rounds. So I think he's a very well-priced favorite here too. The money line's not that expensive.
Yeah, I have.
I think he's up to minus 180 though.
I have Jenkins model.
Or no, he's minus 145. It went the opposite direction.
Yeah, I got to get on
minus
Jenkins.
145. I'm in on that.
I have Jack a small favorite.
The only thing is just the layoff that is a little concerning. I don't know what he's been up to.
Yeah. The one thing I guess that I'm a little bit concerned about with Sean is that like it felt like he was starting to slow down in that crazy Padilla fight a little bit. And then he did slow down a little bit against Ige. I just hope he did, for his sake, he doesn't end up getting like slowing down a little bit. Shots start coming, and Jenkins is a guy that doesn't really slow down a lot. So I like I said, unfortunately, Matty, I've got Jenkins modeled a small favorite. So it's going to be him or pass. I have not played it yet, but
this is a very good comment, bro. When you're throwing a leg kick against a guy that has a 10-inch reach advantage on you, it kind of makes me want to take a stab at the KO at plus 425. And we've seen Woodson put out Fernando Padilla in round 1. I don't remember what that sequence was. If it was like, fight. Was it Padilla pressuring and he caught him? I can't remember.
It was Padilla pressuring and he caught him. Crazy fight.
That's right. I was at that fight live too. I can't believe I don't remember the exact.
Woodson was hurt early in that fight and he was able to rally back later in that round.
Yeah. I mean, if Jenkins gets reckless and is throwing way too much behind those leg kicks, like I can see Woodson catching him over the top. So I think it's a really good comment from the chat here.
This is a puzzle that has been very hard for a lot of average-sized featherweights to solve. Like Jordan couldn't solve it. Like Yusuf Zalal was never able to take him down. Woodson's a really tough guy to even get your own offense going against. Like Alex Caceres, minus 20 striking differential. It's like all of a sudden you look up and you're like, man, I can't really get to this guy. And it's been 15 minutes and Woodson styled on you and wins on the cards. It's why I don't want to go crazy at Jack here, but I do think maybe this number should be a little bit closer.
I mean, I get it, but I mean, Woodson's been in there with Dan Ige and fucking like, I just can't get there on a guy like Jack and his skill set. Charles Jourdain, Fernando Padilla, Dan Ige, Yusuf Zalal, bro. Like, come on.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you the YouTube commenters love when I do this. because they can yell at me in the comments. Like last week when I said RoboCop was a better wrestler than Brendan Allen, I don't know. It looked like he did a pretty good job defending those takedowns, just saying. Yeah. But I think that Jack Jenkins would beat Ige pretty convincingly tomorrow.
Oh, God, bro.
Because of the takedown upside that he's got, plus the power and but Ige's older now.
If you think that, then you should be hammering his money line here.
I've got him favored, so... Yeah. But Woodson's a very different matchup than Ige, bro, because his takedown defense is very good.
Yeah.
Oh, I got an agreed in chat. Take that, YouTube commenters. Appreciate that. Oh, that's more like it. Austin, you tripping. Yeah. That's more like it. Wait, should I model Kevin Holland against people? By the way, shout out Kevin Holland. Apparently he's made $11 million in his UFC career. Worth every penny. But let's move on here. We'll look at this next
Kevin Borjas.
At flyweight, Kevin Borjas taking on Ray Saruya. Borjas coming off a huge upset. I looked it up. He was plus 650 against Andre Lima earlier this year at the Apex. Ray Saruya coming off an impressive win. He submitted Luis Garule last time we were in Macau. So, Matty, Ray Saruya, in East Asia, he's minus 650, has a lot of grappling tools in his tool belt. I'm curious, we haven't talked about this at all. What do you think of this number with him as the second biggest favorite on the card?
I mean, dude, the money line is crazy wide, but I think like by the way, I was playing blackjack with Andre Lima. This was like 3 weeks ago at the Hard Rock. He don't speak much English, but you're translating next to me and everything.
Yeah.
And he understands, but he don't speak any English at all, bro. Like very little. But he basically said, brother, bet whatever you want. He said, I promise you I will get a knockout this next fight. He said, I guarantee I'll get a knockout. And, in this Borjas fight, the thing with Ray Chisora is he's so relentless coming forward and getting takedowns. And then once he gets Borjas to the ground, I think he gets a rear naked choke here. Whereas an Andre Lima won't commit to the wrestling as much. But this guy knows what he's good at. It's what he will do, and he will go for it. And, he could get caught coming in, but if he doesn't, it's only a matter of time before I think he gets Borjas to the ground and gets a choke here. So I really like Ray here by submission. I can't remember the price. I was looking at it earlier.
Yeah.
It is, the Andre Lima knockout. We'll talk about that here in a second. But plus 475, you got to be fucking kidding me, bro. I mean, that's like an auto cycle for me at that price.
A KO?
An auto cycle. Submission for Ray Chisora. I'm retarded, dude. Plus 120.
Okay. I'm sorry.
There's no way it's plus 475. I would have literally freaked out, bro. I would have put everything on that. Yeah, it's plus 120 here. That really fucking sucks. But I think he gets it. I think it's the freest submission on the card. I just don't see Borjas being able to run away from this guy for 15 minutes. It's either Borjas catches him or Ray rear naked choke. That's how I see the fight going.
Yeah, I actually, so I feel like I'm in Groundhog Day because I've done this exact same thing with Kevin Borjas. Do I need to make a universal call for respect to go on Kevin Borjas' name? Because even from the freaking Contender Series, he was matched up against Victor Diaz, and everyone said, "Oh, he's going to get submitted," and he didn't get submitted. And then they matched him up against Alessandro Costa, and Costa to the point he was able to ground and pound him out of there. I mean, Costa is a physical specimen. He's completely built different. If I understand at this point if Costa is taking you out of there. The Josh Van result, these guys both share, lost by decision, look different, but that's what Josh Van does. But then you made him plus 800 against Imanol Rodriguez, and he hurt him early in that fight. He was seconds from getting the knockout finish, ends up gassing out and losing via KO himself. I feel like Borjas has been really competing in these thin margins here. And his takedown defense, 72%. I agree with you that Saruya is going to be much more relentless than Lima was. Lima kind of has to protect his cardio a little bit, whereas Saruya is a guy that will just keep coming. How many did he try against Van? Probably 30, right? How many?
Yeah, he was relentless, bro. If he's not going to get discouraged against Josh Van's elite takedown defense, I can promise you he's not going to get discouraged here, especially against a power puncher like
Borjas. Yeah.
I can't believe the sub's plus 120, bro. I thought it was, but
I do think Borges can win in that same fashion, though, if he's having great success stuffing the takedowns, because Carlos Hernandez was able to stuff Ceruia's takedowns as well.
I mean, there's a path for Borjas by decision, honestly. Like, even if he hurts Ray, I think Ray can recover. What is that?
Yeah, I like Borjas decision at plus 900 is what I've got.
Yeah. And then Ray by finish is minus 140 range.
But I call them these money glitch lines. It's like, how many times is Kevin Borges as a huge underdog by decision going to hit? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a little bit scary. I have Cerugia sub, by the way, plus 194. It's the most likely outcome in the fight.
You have it what?
Plus 194.
Oh, I thought you said minus 194. I was
no. Shit. I only have Cerugia money line minus 211. Which is still pretty convincing. But
I mean, look, at the end of the day, if I need a sub for the cycle, I'm gonna have to go to this. But if I find something with a little more value, then I'll probably jump off of it.
You guys trust this guy way more than I do, because I remember the Hernandez fight. It was a sloppy decision. He's only 24. Like, he's a very developing and early in his career.
But I mean, fighting Josh Van is great experience. Going, this is a big step down.
Yeah, he got destroyed in that fight. Is the problem.
I know, but he didn't get finished. He also does have some punches, some ground and pound finishes here. Or no, hold on. I was looking at Borjas only been subbed once. Why did I feel like it was? It's because he's been finished on the ground a couple of times with strikes. That's why. So he got finished ground and pound back in February. Then he got finished by Alexander Costa. The punches from back mount.
A lot of people in chat like the Ray KO at plus 400.
I mean, a guy that's only been subbed once is plus 120 to get subbed against a submission guy. Like, it's just like fucking crazy, bro. But it's like he's been finished on the ground 3 times in the UFC so far. Even though they weren't all submissions, he's getting finished on the mat.
Everybody laughed at me when I took Borges against Lima. I got 13-1 on his decision. Everybody laughed at me.
Are you doing? You got to run it back at that rate, bro.
I have to. My model.
You have to run that back. You're playing with house money, and honestly, it's a great number again.
I think Borjas is a lot better than people think.
Yeah.
Training.
I've always liked him, bro. I've always liked him. I'm the one that fucking bet. I bet. Who did I bet? I bet his KO against. I think it was Imanol Rodriguez or Sumidurgi. I can't remember, but remember he hurt him early in round 1. Which fight was that?
Was that Lazy Boy that you took that against?
Yes, Renato Rodriguez.
Yeah,
Lazy Boy had the craziest fucking chin. That fight was like Marvin Vettori-esque on steroids, bro. It was like the craziest chin I've ever seen in an entire UFC fight. And I was like sick about it. I was like, this is my guy, Borjas, bro. He's good. He can beat the shit out of somebody. And then he drops 2 fights in a row after that, and then he comes out and wins against Andre Lima. It's just MMA. It makes no fucking sense.
Right. By the way, this Pitbull gym from Peru, they're putting a lot of these smaller bodies in the UFC. Remember, Rodrigo Vera pulled the upset in China last time. Another one of his teammates is on this card. He's the poor kid that has to face Bilal Hassan. Nielsen Rojas. He's another kid from this age. Like, it's a good developing gym. Jesus Pinedo, PFL guy's been there for a long time. Like, I think these Peruvian guys, they always have great takedown defense. They got great cardio. They keep getting matched up with grapplers. I don't know why UFC keeps doing that, but
I mean, dude, plus 420 is crazy in this fight. There's no doubt about it.
That's kind of the way I bet. And whereas I totally get Ray sub here. If you're like, I feel like that's the best sub on the card, because high level, I don't know if I really would like any subs more than that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We got to keep looking, but we'll see.
Now I'm starting to think I might have to play that Luis sub someone was talking about. Why is that only plus 400? It's just bonkers to me.
It's possible.
Yeah. This also true about the Peru guys. Crazy chins. Very good recovery as well. So I enjoyed the discourse, and I think both sides of that fight are open and can be talked about. But let's talk about this next one up here. We got the featured prelim. Matty, your guy, Andre Mascote Lima, right here in the next fight. He's taking on Namsray Botbayar, fresh off road to UFC. Another flyweight bout here with Lima trying to get back on track. That Borjas fight, just weird. It never really came to him. Now he's got a debutant on the other side. So what do you think about Moscote at this spot?
It doesn't matter what I think, bro. He said that whatever it takes, he said, I promise you, no matter what, I'm getting the knockout.
The Joe Anderson burrito rule. I overruled.
And it's plus 225 right now.
Oh.
You know, a guy coming off that type of loss, the way it happened, locked in, I'm riding it, bro. If it loses, it loses.
Yeah, I get it. I do think Lima's dangerous fresh in this fight. Have you got a chance to tape Bob Bayar?
This guy just lost to
Bob Bayar is a wild man, dude.
I watched his road to UFC, his last two. I didn't see his 2025 fight.
Yeah, only pro loss for him to our guy Naim Jargo Tumen Dembry.
Rear naked choke, something Andre Lima could get on him. Honestly,
he could.
He was 400 on the sub for Andre Lima.
Yeah, I'll give you the Bot Bayar breakdown because you were literally having a drink at a blackjack table with Andre Lima. So I'll give the Bot Bayar breakdown. But I watched all three of his road to UFC fights. Very high paced guy. Definitely pressures forward. Always pushing the action. I feel like he's like borderline reckless sometimes in scrambles or leaving his chin up there. That to me is where Lima, as the more technical guy, might be able to take advantage of him when fresh. But I'm telling you, I think Lima needs to get this guy out of there early, or he is just going to keep coming because he builds and builds as the fight progresses.
I feel like this is perfect for Andre Lima, though. You fight a guy in Borjas who's on his bicycle, and you're so frustrated. Yeah. Now you have a guy that's coming right for you, bro. It's like amazing for him.
It is a good point, but like at the same time, I think Bob Bayar's chin is built out of granite because he just seems to take the
plus 110 on the finish, by the way.
For Lima, like ITD? Yeah. Okay. I think the way he covers this price is ITD, so I don't mind plus money there.
Yeah.
But I gotta tell you what I had written in my notes was Bot Bayar 2-3. I didn't know that you had sat down with Lima, so when we talked about it, I was like, man, I was really impressed by Bot Bayar. I feel he's different than these road to UFC guys that kind of just sloppily work their way into the clinch. You know, it almost feels sort of out of control. I feel like he is definitely winging to hurt people and pushes a really nice pace. And I think when we look back at Lima, you remember when he fought Igor Severino, the kid that bit him? That was a super high-paced fight, and he was really starting to fall off in like middle of the second round or so. And then he got bit, and then he won by DQ. I think if that fight had proceeded forward, Severino might have won based on the pace falling apart. But Bob Bayar is the type of guy that I think has that sort of lasting power, or at least did well into round two in there. I don't want to talk you off early Lima finish because I think he's the more polished guy. Yeah. Where I wrote in my prelim primer, I said, I think that Lima is extra dangerous because Bob Bayar is reckless in scrambles of getting his back taken. And then that's where I think Lima, that's his best position anywhere in the octagon is on some guy's back. So if you like Lima, I don't know what Lima's sub is. That's kind of what I think is his best bet to victory. But Bob Bayar, like 2-3 late KO, I think is certainly intriguing too.
Yeah.
Do I think Bob Bayar would have beaten Aaron Tao? It's tough to say. I like Aaron Tao too. It wasn't Tao the kid who had to fight Elijah Smith on the Contender Series with the face tats. Yeah. Elijah Smith is a monster, and he was fighting up at bantamweight.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Aaron Tao that had to fight Elijah Smith and somehow made it the distance in that fight. So I really like Tao too. He's not a flyweight though. That's why he couldn't make weight, and that's why Bob Bayar's fight got canceled.
Yeah.
So. Lima looking for a KO. The problem with Andre is that this is such a tough cut for him. The more he exerts himself early, the more he pays for it dearly. And that's why you see kind of this measured approach from him in every fight. And I bet him in almost every fight before the Borjas one.
Can you hear the construction upstairs on the mic or no?
No.
Thank God. It's driving me fucking crazy, bro.
Yeah, it sounds good. Yeah, you got that nice studio mic for ad reads. You don't.
Driving me insane. I'm glad you guys can't hear it, but it's literally driving me crazy, bro.
That's great.
The problem is, they do every other. This is like a big commercial building, and every other office space in this whole building's out of here at 5 p.m., you know, so my office stays open until midnight. And so they do all this construction late at night because they're like, oh, no one's here. But they do it right fucking above me, bro. I'm on the 3rd floor. They do it right on the 4th floor. Drive me insane.
We got some common beam of the construction machines going on. Not fun, but yeah. Namsray money line is a good bet. It's very interesting that they gave Lima this spot, featured prelim in China, because you'd think they want Bayar to win, but Lima is such a tough out. It's like,
yeah,
Lima was going to be a favorite in this fight.
He's very skilled, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's not a good comparison. Lima reminds me of Patchy. Like, the stand-up is night and day. I'm sorry. Lima's putting Patchy in a box if they fought at 135. I'm sorry. But, all right, let's move on here. Let's pay some bills real quick before we get up onto the main card. We're going to talk about these guys because they've been absolutely crushing the Dana White's Contender Series, as well as some recent cards as well. Nolan was up big again at UFC Sacramento last week, so he's been on his game. And then Hey Jive, by the way, congrats to Hey Jive, a dad once again. He had a newborn kiddo today. Want to wish him that congratulations. The great relationships you get to develop if you come join our Discord. If you're part of the premium package, you get to meet these guys. Home of Fight Picks. You can go to Home of Fight Picks on Instagram or winnable.com/HOF picks if you want to join. Code HOF will get you 7 days free if you're brand new to subscribing. And I could not recommend to do so enough, because these guys, you know, there's a lot of BS about the Contender Series. Every single bet I gave out about it yesterday lost. So if you want someone who is not only going to manage their units wisely, but also have good picks on there, that these guys are definitely the ones for you. Also brought to you by Poly Market. If you right now, because of our show, if you deposit $20, you can get $50 in trade credit on Poly Market if you use code FIGHT. Guys, a lot of times they have the best sort of money line odds and offers to take advantage of on Poly Market. You see the percentages on Dana White's Contender Series, on UFC broadcasts. It's available in states like mine in Texas and plenty others that don't have any other sports books. Great. Poly Market is the place to go. Use code FIGHT. You can get $70 just for $20 in deposits. And you know what you people love out there. It's one of the most popular things anywhere in Home of Fight, in MMA circles. Our repacks by collectibles.com. You can pull cards up to $4,500. We have special packs. We have elite packs. It really does not matter. You can pull either at repacks by collectibles.com and have a chance to win a huge collection item if you go to homeofightcards.com. And it looks like we already have this
pack. Logan's coming in. Rip 2 for that, bro.
Can we, and I'm so glad Logan's here because I know he's technologically savvy. Can we make sure to zoom out so we can see the card if you want to hit like command and zoom out?
Yeah. You can't see it right now? Oh, you're saying it's gonna, okay.
Yeah, when the card opens, it may not be. Wait, I gotta choose. Guys, get your usernames in chat. I gotta choose somebody. Boom. Haven't seen this one. Naughty Knit. It's kind of an odd name, but that's okay. We'll still give you a one anyway. We're ripping 2 cards, guys. Put your usernames in chat, and then if you have one that catches my eye, you could win the other one.
Let me see if I can see.
Reckless one. That is a little bit better, I think. His widescreen monitor. Well, I mean, I think it has a higher chance to actually get the full card in there. His widescreen monitor is crazy, bro.
Yeah, it's 57-inch. I told him not to get this one. All right, here we go. We got the person. Let's open it. Good luck.
All right, Naughty Knit. Let's see what we got for you. By the way, this is the way the process looks, guys. All right, let's see if we can see the whole card. Oh boy, well, it is at least a $70 card by the looks of it. It is a Damir Ismagulov 2021 Panini Prism UFC number 60 PSA 10. So I shout out Damir Ismagulov. I think his last fight in UFC, if I'm not mistaken, was against Grant Dawson. But hey, it's a $70 card, and that guy didn't pay anything for it. So well done to our friend Naughty Knit. So let's pop open another one, Logan.
Let's do it.
And I am going to go with, and this is a story of participation. Acid Legs fan has been in chat giving us takes this whole time. He hasn't just shown up for the fight card. Some of you guys may have it on an alarm clock to show up just for there. But Acid Legs fan has been in here, and I don't think we've given him a card yet. So Acid will get you a card here and see what you're working with. Man, what the Demir Ismagulov slander in chat? James Vick would have been better? Absolutely not. Acid, I already picked you, bud. I got your username on the screen.
Let's see if this is going to work.
He's gotten 4 cards. And we want you guys to participate. That looks like Bobby Knuckles.
Second one's just loading.
All good, man.
Once it's loaded, you just gotta exit out. Good. Oh. There are repacks. 5 packs for the right.
This construction's awful. I had to make it full screen so they could read it. Nuts.
A gorgeous card would have been. All right, Acid Legs. What do we got?
Habib.
It is a PSA 9 Sapphire, though, so it looks like a $35 card there. So, I mean, it looks cool, but it may not be the most valuable in terms of how it's graded. But, hey, you know how it goes. So, you got a cool-looking card. You can either send that back or thank you, Matty, for zooming in there. That's good. So that we can see that. But we gave away 2 cards there.
Let's go.
And then I guess I got absolved of my Jack versus Ige take being horrible as a result. But those, again, if you want to pull your own cards, you don't have to wait for us to do it. HomeofFightCards.com, visit collectibles.com. They do a great job with that program for us to pull graded official UFC collectors items right there. But let's move up onto the main card. You're very welcome, Acid, for your card. And we'll, I'm sure, give plenty of those away the rest of the time. At some point, we're going to play trivia again. Really, it would be helpful if we had an off week to play trivia, just because I've got a lot of stuff going on. It's not Maddie's fault. It's not anyone's fault. But we would like to play trivia again. But let's get up onto the main card here. We got Maddie, the star of the Contender Series probably so far this season, Belal Hassan taking on Nielsen Rojas. And as a result, main card in Shanghai for your first UFC fight. Biggest favorite on the card. I guess it doesn't really get better than that. This kid hasn't given me any reasons to fade him yet. Has he given you any reasons to fade him yet?
Bro, I think he's like the fastest fighter in the entire UFC right now. Like,
yeah.
Is that fair to say?
That's because it's a flyweight. Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah. I mean, it's insane, but they're not giving him an easy task here. This guy's 9-0.
Yeah.
9-0 with 7 knockouts, and he looks like a monster. So this one will be interesting. You know, just at first glance here, I kind of am looking at like a 2-3 angle for Hassan here. You know, against a guy that's historically durable, is 9-0, 7 knockout wins. I don't think that Hassan's gonna be able to just put this guy away instantly like the last fight. Round 2 knockout is plus 425, and round 3 is plus 650.
Dang. Hassan over 1.5 is like minus 122 if you parlay those together. Wow. So then you get the decision too.
Yeah. Hassan sub is live, says the chat.
Yeah.
Bro, you want to know his round 2-3 sub? It's 30-1 and 40-1.
Oh, Hassan does have that in his kit. So it is something that just because he's got the speed, because he's got the knockout power, you don't want to completely forget about.
Yeah.
But these guys are obsessed with the knockouts, man. They never want the submission.
I know.
When they've got a choice, it's always KO.
It's funny because if you just look at these guys' pictures, you're taking the guy on the right.
Yeah, I mean, like, and the thing is, like I mentioned, Pitbull in Peru, Rojas trains with Kevin Borges. I like the gym. Rodrigo Vero is one of the guys from there as well. Like you said, he's undefeated. I mentioned all the attributes you usually get: good chin, good takedown defense. I don't think this is like a layup for Hassan. He may end up aging as one of the tougher guys that Hassan ends up fighting for a while, because after this, they're going to throw him in there against, you know, your Chapelines or whoever.
I can see his next fight being a step down from this.
Right. And like, you know, we never know where Rojas is going to go from here. And like, it reminds me a little of, you remember when Kavanaugh fought Jose Ochoa? And that was overseas again, kind of like this. And you're like, wow, Ochoa is really talented, but at the same time, he was kind of a step behind at that point. Hassan's just so well tested. If you didn't watch the Contender Series, you don't know him. Longtime CFFC champion. Like, we knew he was coming for a long time. He was until yesterday, the biggest favorite in Dana White's Contender Series history. Unlike Bellamir, he's actually very good at fighting. So I think Hassan's like a top 10 flyweight on the planet right now. Is that like a crazy take to say?
No, it's not crazy at all, bro.
You know, you never really know, like for a fact, but he's 25. He's been through the development program. Like, I don't see a lot of holes in his game, at least ones we've seen exploited to this point. So maybe I would like to see a little bit longer fight and see kind of how the pace maintains, how his cardio maintains. Can he mix up his grappling? Like, those are all questions that I'd like to see answered, but I do agree with a pretty sizable favorite against anyone that's not really proven at this level.
Yeah.
But the under might be a little bit too short just because he slimed out India there in like 20 seconds.
I know. He's nice, bro. He's so quick.
Yes. I mean, that poor kid they made him fight on the Contender Series had no chance.
Yeah, zero.
So I mean, we're in agreement there. There's what do you think about the total with 1.5 at minus 160 for the over?
Say it again, bro. I can't hear right now.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's starting to creep in when you talk, by the way, but it's not bad. It's not bad at all. But okay. We can tell they're terrorizing you. But over 1.5 is minus 160.
I'd rather just play the 2-3 finish for Hassan, but I don't hate it. I don't think it's going to be a layup. This fight's going to be a layup for him.
I'm kind of looking at like a base play of Hassan over 1.5, and then I'll add the 2-3.
Yeah.
Man, those sub numbers are so big for a guy that might be really durable.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, 2,500 and 4,000.
I can see him show. I can see him show the grapple in this fight. Now that I think about it, you know, just to be like, oh, you guys seen this now? You know, like we see a flash KO and like he's this upcoming superstar. Like, what if he pulls out a submission here? I can see it.
Somebody on this show, someone that apparently only gives out terrible picks, gave out Anthony Wynn round 1 sub last week at 8-1 and said maybe he shows off the toolkit a little bit. I'm just saying maybe a little something else there. What is Hassan points, by the way, if this kid plus 240?
Plus 250, and the sub is 10-1.
That feels kind of short.
Yeah. Get this little John Jones loves vodka peasant off of the stream. Humphrey scenario written all over it. Oh, that was crazy. That didn't know how to defend a Kimura.
Oh yeah, his defense was just kind of like be strong and pull against it. It was crazy.
Yeah, bro.
But
that was an elite read on the submission, though.
Yeah, I just figured that was Chapman's weaker angle, and we'd seen him go to an arm triangle before, so.
Yeah.
Hey, sometimes I get him right. Now, unfortunately, that Medeiros Jones total really hurt me last week. That was like one of the biggest misses, which is a crazy result that Mason Jones went out in less than 2 rounds to freaking Medeiros.
Oh my god!
I could not believe that. I mean, Medeiros has been kind of an unimposing point fighter his whole career, and he finally sits down on one and really had
Mason Jones is just, he don't give a fuck, bro. He's kill or be killed.
The dude has to wrestle before he's got multiple concussions. Please. Yeah. Mason, in your next fight, listen to me. Please mix up the wrestling early. But we'll move forward here because we have a light heavyweight showdown that is more of a showcase in a way. We'll see if it comes to fruition. Say Liu taking on Levi Rodriguez Jr., who's trying to wash out that bad taste from UFC OKC. He lost to Felipe Franco that night. Liu makes his UFC debut. Matty, have you seen much here on my nickname for him is Big China because this dude is a monster. Have you seen
He's gonna knock Levi Rodriguez out, bro. Why are these odds so tight? Dude, this is crazy to me.
I mean, Matty, there's a lot we don't know about Liu.
Minus 135 on the KO, bro. Are you fucking kidding me?
Wow, we immediately had 3 like Levi by sub takes.
Oh my god. Minus 135?
Unbelievable that Levi is like a consensus in our chat at the moment.
No, he's getting knocked out.
I have to say, Liu's tape is a lot of fun because he is this giant man. Like he towers over everyone. I don't believe his reach is 77 inches.
I'm putting this dude in the fucking cycle, bro.
By KO?
Yes. I might do a chalk cycle. Ready to shore a submission. this dude by KO. The cycle's gonna be like 6-1.
Umar by decision at the
Umar
end.
by decision. It's fucking free, bro.
The Austin.
I'll just take the Umar fight to go the distance. The chalkiest cycle of all time. It'll be like 7-1 odds.
Yeah, guys, I cannot turn around and in good faith. I understand the unknown with say Liu. I can't call Levi Rodriguez a total fraud and bet him at plus 150 in his next fight. And I thought this guy, like I was on Franco route 1-2 in that fight. I thought that he might have been a complete and total fraud. And the thing about Liu is that he may be a fraud from an MMA sense of the grappling defense. If Levi were to get his back, it could be in trouble. But as a kickboxer, this guy is very, very legitimate. His kicks are fast. They go up to the head level like nothing. The one thing that scares me a little bit for MMA is he throws a lot of naked kicks, which means he like leads with his kicks and doesn't really set them up very well. At this point, at this level of competition in light heavyweight, I don't know how much of a problem that is because he's only getting better and will continue to get better at the UFC PI out in Shanghai. So I think this guy is crazy talented, and we saw how well Pereira did as a kickboxer in these heavier divisions. You just don't have to be as good. You don't have to be as well-rounded, and he is a very, very good kickboxer. I don't even know what his record was, but some of the highlights that I was watching just from kickboxing alone, and then I watched a couple of his full MMA fights, incredibly talented. He's got a tower over Levi Rodriguez.
Yeah, I mean, is Levi just going to come out and try to double leg him early?
Probably would be the smart thing to do.
Yeah.
But how fucked are you if he's able to get up after he does that?
Yeah.
Because then he's got no path to victory in this fight if he can't keep Liu down. And even then, Rodriguez has a horrible gas tank and just gassed in like 4 minutes against Franco.
Oh, God. Does Franco have any... Or not Franco, Levi doesn't have any submissions. No submission attempts, I don't think.
Expecting a Brazilian to wrestle. I don't know. Mario Piazzone did a good job wrestling last night. Did you see the box score on the Uriel fight? 0 significant strikes for both guys because Piazzone just charged headfirst into a guillotine.
Either fighter by knockout is minus 425.
Damn, that
Why
feels
is that
pretty
so expensive?
I mean, because Rodriguez, in my opinion, I don't see Rodriguez as a guy that has like a lot of in general grappling upside. I guess you could justify it in this matchup. Yeah. But didn't Rodriguez, it was a ground and pound against Freddie Vidal, wasn't it? On the Contender Series?
Yeah.
Man, you guys are crazy with that Levi sub. What are the odds on it? 18-1. What are we doing? That's a situation where you would have hoped to have seen it around like 5 or 6-1 because then odds makers actually believe he has a chance to submit him. If they're leaving it out there at 18-1, it's a prayer. The Che Liu is 20-1 to win by submission.
Yeah.
Which is a total donation based on what I saw earlier.
Yeah, fuck. I'm not overthinking this one, bro. This one was probably going to go in the cycle parlay.
FanDuel has KO at minus 135. That feels pretty friendly.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. Minus 135. I'm in.
Does it make you feel better that some of the peasants like Levi?
Does it what?
Does it make you feel better some of the peasants like Levi?
Yeah, I'm in on it, bro. I gotta ride it. I do feel like I need like a semi-longer sub play though. I don't know. The rates of short ones got me overthinking now because the price sucks, and then I'm like, damn, Borjas is actually kind of good. Oh, and then the ground and pounds there too. So it's like, is it really worth it at plus 110?
We have multiple people saying that he has been drilling BJJ in camp. What's the source on that? A Peyton or
I gave out Urbina round 1 KO and I didn't even fucking play it, boys. Why do you guys have to make me remember that shit?
Levi tapped out his sparring part. Was this like footage that was on social media somewhere? Is that why you and I are missing it?
I have no idea. I haven't seen anything.
Not all of you are peasants. I want to apologize to Peyton, who said that I called him a peasant. Not all of you are peasants. I'm just saying that some of the mean ones are calling Levi out here as a dog as well. We have good people in the chat on Levi as well.
90% of the people are good people in the chat. It's just the scumbags.
Yeah. I want to be very clear about that. But Matty, I'm surprised you and I are so aligned on this, because I feel like a lot of people do think they're like, oh, why am I laying minus 200 with this bum? I think he's pretty good, at least from a kickboxing perspective. So
yeah,
that's right. We'll see if Rodriguez does take the right game plan, which I agree would be to grandpa. Dude, we're killing it. Go for it. You and I are trying to move the slides at the same time here. Let's talk about a rematch, because last time we were in Macau, we had more bucket action. We talked about Cody Garbrandt throwing up in a bucket earlier. Alex Perez, unfortunately, was as well because of groin strikes. We have Sumi Darji taking on Perez, part 2, the rematch we've all been waiting for. Odds look very different, though, Matty, because Sumi Darji was starting to build in that fight. Looked like he was on his way to a victory. He's now minus 235 in the rematch. So is this a spot where the market is overcorrected?
Bro, this fight just makes my head fucking spin, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I literally think any possible outcome could happen. Like, Sumi Darji could sub Alex Perez. Alex Perez is 7-6 to submission. Alex Perez could sub him. Either guy could win on a crazy fight on the scorecards. Either guy can get knocked out. I mean, this fight literally is as volatile as it gets, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, the Alex Perez fight, the Alex Perez Charles Johnson fight, it's gonna have everyone betting Alex Perez now, like, because he knocked out Charles Johnson.
Yeah.
No, but I think Sumi Darji is honestly the better guy. But man, that guy's volatile. Like, some of these fucking losses are just like insane. I mean, he did lose a decision to Charles Johnson. Then there's the infamous Matt Schnell fight, which is like the craziest comeback I've ever seen in the UFC.
Yeah.
That shit was just insane, bro. But like, if that fight ended up being a win, he's really only lost 2 of his last, 5 or 6 fights.
Yeah.
Jesus Aguilar won the decision. That was just a fight where Jesus Aguilar was just so mismatched with the range and the reach on the feet. I think Aguilar's reach is even less than Alex Perez's here, right? It was like 63 inches or some shit.
Yeah. I mean, Aguilar's got T-Rex arms, so that was.
But Perez is at a significant reach disadvantage here as well.
Yeah.
What did you make of the first couple minutes of that first fight here? It ended with, or the first round and a half, I would say.
So I was on Sumi Darji ITD, and he dropped him early in that fight, and it looked like it was trending toward sort of the beginning of the end, which is, I think, among the reasons why Perez ended up taking the way out that he did. But like, Perez is a guy, he's a little bit older. If he gets clipped early, that can happen and sort of throw off whatever game plan he might have had.
Yeah.
I'm not definitively. I'm kind of between the number here because I have Sumi Darji minus 190. So I don't have value on either guy. I'm inside the big there. The 2 props that I've got value on, Sumi Darji decision plus 206, and then Perez sub I've got plus 711, which I actually think is probably his most realistic win path. Like, when I envision how the fight goes, you remember he was actually able to take down Asu Almabayev a couple of times. I felt he was on the way to potentially winning that decision, and he got caught in a guillotine in the 3rd round. I don't know how good I feel about Sumi Darji's guillotine, but Alex, I think, definitely needs to grapple in this fight.
Bro, fight to end by sub is plus 475.
Yeah, I've got it plus.
Exactly. That's the same number 2 weeks ago that smacked. Which fight was it?
Abdul Malik and Stoltzfus.
Abdul Malik and Stoltzfus. I gave that out. Fight to end by sub plus 475. And what did I say? I said Abdul Malik will get a guillotine if he shoots into him, or Abdul Malik can get subbed. It's the same fucking deja vu here. Tell me it's not the same scenario.
Dude, my model almost has the exact same number I had in that Stoltzfus, so I had plus 347.
We're going for it, bro. We're going for it. This is the sub that I needed right here.
Yeah.
Either got to get a sub here. Plus 475. Sign me the fuck up, bro. I'm in. I'm
actually there on Mudarji because it's 9-1, and I've got it plus 896. So I'm like dead even on that one.
And I think Sumi Darji could end up. It's just like the Stoltzfus fight. We thought, we weren't sure who could get it, and it's like, I really think this is the one, bro.
based on the way Sue's career started, him submitting Alex Perez would be crazy because early in his career, total grappling liability. He's
but
just
is it that crazy? Better. Alex Perez is so volatile to the sub, bro.
And especially the guillotine.
60% of his losses are by submission.
Yeah.
Now, he did get to round 3 without Swaim Abayev before he got guillotined, which that's kind of impressive. Tatsuro Tairo, that was an injury. I mean, he went 3 rounds of Mikhaev. That's probably not good news for a Sumaderji sub. Pantoja, easy round 1, rear naked choke. Davis and Figueiredo, guillotine loss.
He sticks his neck in bad places.
He's been armbarred, guillotine 2 or 3 times. What's a Sumaderji Gilly on BetMGM? That's what I'm going to find out. Just out of curiosity.
We got the same question from Jorge Macias.
Yeah, it's probably a dog shit number these days at MGM, bro. MGM's never been the same since the Walter Walker heel hook, bro. It's just
you slapped their heads, dude, and they never forgot about it.
Never. Let's see if I can find it on here. Where are you? There we go. Fight outcome. I don't even see it.
I do like Budarji points if you like his side. I think that makes more sense than. I know he clipped him early in that fight, but it's still flyweight. And Perez's last loss by like an actual knockout was Joseph Benavidez in 2018 because the Tyara leg injury doesn't really count.
All right, I don't see it up right now. It'll probably be up tomorrow.
Yeah, the knockout, we got a comment, the knockout in the points line for Sumidarji is the same. It is the same. And that's sort of fading the angle of like it looked like Sue was trending toward a knockout in the last fight. And that's kind of what whenever I get these rematches like this, Matty, I want to get far away in the market from what we saw because that's what everyone's going to bet because they think that every fight's going to look the exact same when they dive in there. And that just very rarely ends up being the case. Yeah. I think Perez wrestles, and for better or for worse, one of these guys gets a sub.
Really?
Final answer.
I hate overthinking it now because like just seeing Perez go the distance of Mikhaev, and then a lot of his sub losses.
Who's Mikhaev out here subbing?
No.
Oh, he did get Filio in round 3, but Filio's a dead man walking.
I think he had some grappling submissions too, if I remember.
I mean, Mikhaev is a top 10 flyweight in the world, brother. Whatever politics you're going on to keep him out of UFC, he's a great fighter.
Yeah, he did Darce back in 2024. And then he arm triangled Tim Elliott, bro. And then rear naked choked Filio. Malcolm Gordon, doesn't matter. Round 3, it took him to get Malcolm Gordon out. What the fuck?
I remember that fight. I bet on Malcolm Gordon in that fight. Is that not the most Austin thing ever that I bet Malcolm Gordon in that fight? And I remember doing so.
Yeah.
I thought Mikhaev was going to shoot into a sub.
Yeah. How many subs does Sumaderji have?
I think he's got 1 on his pro record.
Yeah. Yeah.
Had to have been a long time ago because it's not in UFC.
Yeah. 6. I mean, bro, a combined 12 submission losses between both of them, and we're getting almost 5-1 on the fight to end by sub. I mean, the math has to math there.
Yeah. By the way, Sumidarji's last sub, September 2016, just a generic choke. Probably in an audience filled with 15 people.
Yeah. I mean, what's the math? So Sumaderji has 28 fights. 6 of them have ended by sub. So what's that?
A little less than 25.
So like 23%. And then Alex Perez, 6 fights have been by sub, but he has 36 fights, so that's a lot different. But it's
when
crazy price.
When I talk about like tendencies, Sumidarji 0.5 submission attempts per 15 minutes. That's not bad, bro.
That's good for him for a striker.
That's really good. Like, dude, Umar's at 0.2. He's at 0.5.
Yeah. This is a good comment from the chat here. You've seen Sumaderji attempt a couple gillies.
It was against Charles Johnson is where he attempted those a couple fights ago. Really good memory by our guy, old man. But let's we spent a lot of time on Sumidarji.
What do you think, Alex Perez? Alex Perez was losing that fight, right?
Yes.
You don't think he's like, oh, I can't really come out and just strike with this guy. I have to wrestle now.
That's what I think is going to happen.
Yeah.
And we got a question. Did he really wrestle? I mean, he tried 2 takedowns in 7 minutes. Like, that's not really the same commitment that I think he needs to come out with here.
Yeah.
It's a tough game plan when you're 34, but
all right, let's move on.
Let's move on. Let's move on before I completely talk to you into putting it into the cycle. It's our Abdul Malik golden goose that we can get back. But let's take a look at this next one here. I hope we're going to be aligned on it. I've got Kai Asakura taking on Aori Qilong here. Kai looked great in his bantamweight debut. It was Cam Sutherland, but he still slimed him out in the first round. Aori Qilong coming off
nasty
one-sided battering against my guy Cody Haddon. I think Cody Haddon is next up at 135, so no issues with Aori for that result. But what do you think of this matchup? Maybe those wins affecting the money line a little because Asakura is minus 430 here.
Yeah, you know what, bro? Everyone's going to be on Kai Asakura by knockout because of the recency bias.
Sure.
Richie Lone's only been knocked out twice.
Yeah.
And one with Cody Haddon, who we think very highly of.
Ground and pound.
You can't tell me the value's not on Kai Asakura by decision at plus 300 here.
I like that too.
And I want to bet the knockout, just like everyone in the chat probably wants to bet the knockout. But there's just so much recency bias on that knockout. And it's like 3-1 against a guy that's historically pretty durable and that we're confident will probably get outstruck by Kai Asakura. That's a crazy price.
And he's probably going to try to wrestle too.
Yeah. Who was his other knockout loss to?
You talking about
Zahabi?
Yeah.
Zahabi.
Very quick. The Zahabi in Canada very quickly.
Yeah, fuck.
But the thing is,
damn well if I play Asakura decision, he's gonna start them in fucking 60 seconds, bro.
I told you before his fight against Smotherman, I didn't like this move to 135 for Asakura because when he faces a grappler at 135, he had problems with Pantoja and Tim Elliott. Now you're gonna get a bigger guy. Aori Qilong's not really a grappler. Like he mix it up a little, 1.11 takedowns per 15 minutes, but he's not really dangerous on the mat. Like he's hoping to hold people against the cage, maybe get an occasional takedown or two. I think Asakura decision and length in his bantamweight fights in general is going to be a really smart read because I just don't think he's going to carry the same power. Smotherman very chinny, Aori Qilong not, in my opinion at least. And he was in that fight for a long time against Haddon, taking an absolute beating. I really don't doubt the guy's toughness. The problem is I just don't think he's very good. You look at how some of his wins have aged. Cody Gibson, very quick KO, was the first KO loss of Gibson's career. So you throw that out there. But then other than that, dude, Johnny Munoz Jr., Jay Perrin, Cameron Elsey. Yuck.
His wins are so bad, bro. So bad. He doesn't have one quality win.
It's not a and Kai Asakura has been fighting the top of the flyweight division. And it's like just because he lost to Pantoja, I don't think that these guys are even on the same level.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I kind of think laying 4-1 as a favorite is not a bad play here. I
did parlay him earlier this week.
What did you get?
I got Sakura minus 420. So don't know what it sits at right now. But Asakura points is plus 410 on FanDuel, dude. What a number.
Oh, that's insane, dude.
That's a crazy number.
What's the KO?
Minus 165.
Yeah.
Boy,
that makes, I can't even play the decision at 3-1 after hearing that. Just on principle,
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the move up for Kai. Truthfully.
Oh, dude. What if they I'll tell you my guy Jiu-Jitsu would submit him. He can't grapple.
He doesn't
but they're matching him very intelligently for a fun fight here. I think this low key has fight of the night type of potential between these two.
Really?
Because Aori's a zombie, dude. He just keeps coming. I think it's one-sided, but I definitely could see a fight of the night type of fight here.
That's true. All right. Well, it's Kai by KO or decision. You guys decide.
Yeah, I do see in chat the comments about the body shots, which Asakura is very nasty with those, especially step in knees. That would probably be the KO fear more than how he finished Smotherman to me.
Yeah, that's fair.
So We'll decide. You and I keep doing that. All right, let's move up here. Co-main event time. We got women's strawweight. What else could we ask for? Yan Xiaonan taking on Denise Gomes here, Maddie. This is the first time that we've seen Yan Xiaonan in a hot minute. She lost to Jandy Hoba last year, has taken some time off, and now Denise Gomes is also stepping back in, looking to push her winning streak to 5. I didn't even know it was that high before this week. So, Maddie, what do you think about our girl, Denise Gomes? She's plus 132 in this spot against the hometown girl.
I like her as a dog here, bro, but I mean, Jan hits hard as shit. How do you feel about Denise Gomes' cardio? Like, if this gets to like round 3, though,
it's fine.
You fine with it?
Yeah, it's fine.
This could be a good coming out party for her, bro.
I agree.
Denise by decision is plus 275.
Yeah, I bet her this afternoon.
Can she mix in the grappling and just land the bigger shots and win on the cards here?
I've got Denise decision plus 227, so I like that value a lot at that number. But I've also modeled Gomes like a 57% favorite here.
Her KO is plus 475. I'm not ready to get there.
I don't hate it.
Not in this. I just think it's too big of a step up for her to starch this chick.
I've got plus 412 on KO. I agree with you, though. It's Giannis not. When have we
mean,
ever
Jan's
seen
been KO'd once? You know, you go the distance with Weili Zhang.
She shouldn't have. That should have been a round 1 submission.
That's true. But with that said, she still went 4 rounds after that with her Weili's, power and striking.
Yeah.
And then her only KO loss was the ground and pound from Crucifix against Carlos Esparza.
And then to your point here, 2 submission attempts in the last 4 fights. That's why I really like Gomes' money line here rather than picking a specific exact angle.
Yeah, I remember. I chased the sub on her at the Apex. I was there in person.
Yeah,
and as she was walking out, she was like walking out. I'm like, submission. She walked out right behind me at the Apex. That was the Gilbert Burns Michael Morales card at the Apex. Which card?
Oh, Elise Reed, dude, and she KO'd her cold in the second.
Bro, I was like, well, so much for that submission, bro. She fucking killed her.
Yeah,
it was bad. Yeah.
Tisha she Pennington is the new Jessica Andrade, dude.
I love this chick, dude.
Yeah, I do too.
Like legitimate decision, bro. I like decision.
I agree. I model approved as well.
The submission is, oh my god, you know what the number is on the sub?
What is it?
14-1.
Yeah, I've got 13-1, so that makes sense.
Wow.
Jan is just a tough girl to sub. Mackenzie Dern couldn't do it in 25 minutes. Jandy Hoba couldn't do it in 15 minutes. So we're gonna bet on Gomes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean she would have to hurt her, bro.
Yeah,
Denise Gomes decision, final answer plus 275.
I like it.
Sign me up.
I like that number is way better than I was anticipating, dude. I thought it'd be like plus 200. And some of the people who put in chat here, bro. I put in my write-up on Discord. I think motivation is a big thing for Yan Xiaonan in here. She's not close to a title. She got destroyed by Weili in the title fight. What is left to fight for here other than kind of just showing up at home? You know what I mean? Whereas Gomes is rising. She's going toward the top 10. She's on this winning streak. Like, I think momentum is a big factor in this fight.
Also, yeah, this is a good point here because earlier the chat said Yan beat Mackenzie Dern. That was 2022 Mackenzie Dern. That's a whole different Mackenzie Dern than 2026 Mackenzie Dern.
Well, that was Joe Biden, not Obama. Yes.
Whatever.
I mean, it does make a little bit of a difference. Conor McGregor was like UFC champion when Obama was in office, but Yan by KO since she knocked out Andrade round 1.
What is this fight? What is this fight to go the distance? Minus 275. Wow.
I mean, I've got minus 184.
Yeah.
Just a lot of like respect toward Gomes' power mostly there.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got Yan 11-1 to find a finish, so that sounds right to me.
That's crazy.
She did get Andrade out of there when Andrade took the fight on like 2 weeks' notice.
Yeah. She's got some pop in her shots, that's for sure.
You said that earlier. I disagree with you. 0.22% knockdown rate, not good in her sample.
I mean, Tabitha, you're not putting away Tabitha Ricci on the feet. Verna's a zombie, but she's fought good competition. That's for damn sure.
Yeah. I can't stress enough to people, if you get women's strawweight fights like this, we saw it last night with Apodaca. Take the plus money, because it's like there's not a lot of power. There's a little bit of variance. It's like all of a sudden you get into like a slimy decision and you laid minus 170 with Jan at 37 years old. It just it feels, if Jillian Robertson and Angela Hill fought tomorrow, would it not be a split decision? One of them's not even ranked.
Say it again.
Angela Hill and Jillian Robertson fought tomorrow. Would it be a split decision?
Give me Angela for sure.
But Angie's not even ranked, and Jillian just fought for the title. That's what I mean. Like the margins are so thin, it's like, give me the plus money almost every time. But oh, interesting. Gomes plus 3.5, minus 200 in the safe parlay. No, I built the safe parlay already before we came on air today. So but it's a good thought. Oh shoot, what am I doing? I gotta lead us in a banger of a main event here. Whoa, did that
It was my fault, Austin. I just never announced my presence.
Oh, okay. So Jake and I were trying to do it at the same time, and I accidentally canceled.
I'm gonna just shut up. You got this, brother.
No, you're good, Jake. Shout out our guy Jake Noekra, by the way, who saw Nick Galanti coming before anybody, because he's always on the boots on the ground with CFFC. But our main event, we got Umar Nurmagomedov taking on Song Yadong, Matty. As high of a level as it gets at bantamweight, like, either one of these guys are championship caliber fighters. It's just who they have to go through to get it. They may never actually get there, but at the same time, we know how good they are. And Umar, of course, coming from the place that he does in Dagestan, he's minus 530. What do you think about this matchup here with Song Yadong? Your guy, you're always all over him. You were all over the finish against Davison. He's plus 360 in this spot. Is that a big enough number for you to potentially take the plunge on an upset?
You know what I would take a stab at here? The plus 360 is not enough juice for me.
Okay.
But in China, hear me out here. Now, don't get it twisted. If I'm going to pick who's going to win the fight, I'm going to take Umar. But Song Yadong by decision is plus 800. In China, you just got to hurt him a few rounds, bro. Umar can get the takedowns eventually. But, like, if Song Yadong can have a few moments in a few different rounds, he can steal this shit on the cards, and nothing would make me happier if that happened. Song Yadong by decision in the cycle.
I love it.
I can't fucking do it, but you have no idea how badly I want to.
What's the number?
I do think you can't tell me. The guy's obviously been through so many wrestlers now. He's been working on his wrestling defense. We see all these clips of him training with guys. Can he just land a few big shots, have some moments, stuff a lot of takedowns, and then let this be a close decision on the scorecards? Would you rather take Umar by decision at minus 155 or Song Yadong at plus 800? It's such an insane discrepancy. Like, it's disgusting, because you already know Umar's going to win a fucking decision, but it's you have to sweat 5 rounds of that at minus 155. I just think Song Yadong by decision at plus 800 is the most valuable play on this main event. I can't take him by sub at plus 2,500. I also don't think he can knock out Umar. I mean, he could, but Umar recovers and he uses grappling to do it. I think there's a much better chance that Song hurts Umar but doesn't finish him versus like knocking out Umar, So I think I might take a stab at Song Yadong by decision here just because the price is so good.
Yeah. Matty, you and I 100% aligned. Not the first time we're going to be. This price is ridiculous. It is completely and totally ridiculous for a guy that we saw less than 24 months ago lose to Merab Dvalishvili. It's like, and I like Merab a lot, but we saw how close Song Yadong and Piotr Yan fought. If Yadong and Dvalishvili fought, I feel like Song would compete in that fight. And he's plus 360. He's plus 360.
What about Mario Bautista? Mario Bautista stunned Umar. What's the other fucking bantamweight that stunned Umar? Tell me Song Yadong can't hurt Umar. He can, bro.
It's not even really that. It's just we get back to the formula we saw 2 weeks ago with Ian Gary against Islam. It's like how these moments of distance against empty cage control. And that's really what Umar has specialized in, where you look, it kind of aged horribly. The fact that he wasn't able to finish Figueiredo when Song did it. Piotr Jan was way more convincing in decision. Like you look at the Figueiredo got finished by Corey Sandhagen. Like Figgy has not been fighting at a high level when he's had these top 5 fights, and Umar was his closest fight. And it's like, I understand the pedigree. Like you said, the recovery ability is insane, dude. That's the hardest part for the knockout. It's like sometimes he gets stunned, but he's never really in trouble. And that's why I have a hard time doing that as well. I love Song points here. My favorite play in this entire fight, dude, it smacked by Ian Gary. I think it's going to smack again. Song Yadong plus 9.5 points is minus 125. He's got to win 1 round and survive in China. Got to be kidding me. I mean, that is a great line that DraftKings has available right now.
What would you line a Peter Yan Umar fight out of curiosity?
I think you got to favor Piotr, right? Because of his anti-grappling, because of his boxing.
Yeah. It's funny because you just know the line would be favored to Umar. It's just crazy.
Right. I mean, virtually undefeated. Yeah.
By the way, I was talking to Jason Anik on the Show Me the Money pod today. We're both taking fucking Yan against Merab.
I think I got to see the number, but yeah.
It's minus 170. Peter Yan's minus 170 against Merab, which I didn't know the number when we was asked the question. I figured it was going to be closer to a pick'em. I was like, oh, Yan might be a small favorite, but I just think he figured out Merab, bro. I don't think Merab's going to be able to come back from it because I just think he figured out his style.
Yeah.
And Yan is just so skilled everywhere. I just think Merab's aging and has been through a lot of damage, and I just think Yan is now like fully in his prime. He got past all the bullshit with Aljo and the O'Malley robbery, and everything is all in the rear view now. And I think nothing stops him at this point, like minus maybe an Umar. Like I think Umar is like his actual like the one guy that could maybe figure him out. But I think Yan beats Merab, and I would have never said that last year or the year before. I think it's his time now.
Yeah, it's just tough. I mean, when Merab's style is built so much on athleticism and like horsepower, when that guy ages, so shout out our guy Russell Westbrook, but like when that guy ages, it's not like as gracefully as maybe a guy that's built on technique like Jim Miller.
By the way,
yeah,
I'm a spoil it now. I'm going Peter Yan 3-4-5 finish this time.
Whoa,
the body shots, the takedown defense. He's going to put it on Merab and get him out of there this time, bro. I'm telling you.
I'm going to listen to my model liked Yan. I had him a small favorite against Merab the first time. So I'm curious what it'll say. But hey, by the way, model result here, I've got Umar minus 194. And so it's like, everything based off of that. I actually don't like Song's KO number. I've got it 10-1, and it's like what? Plus 850. Yeah, I'm much more into the decision prop like you. I think it's a longer fight. Over 4.5 rounds is minus 240. Dude, I never bust out. I haven't busted out the 5-unit whale since Jack Della. I might bust out 5 units on that Yadong point spread, dude. You tell me he's got to win 1 round and survive.
I thought you said 5 points. I was like, holy shit.
No.
That's a nice little 40-unit smackaroo. If you grow some balls, bro, take the Song Yadong by points at 8-1 for 5 unis.
It will be on the card, just not for 5 units. It will be on the card. But surprising agreement from you. I feel like we could maybe line up a banger of a main card decision parlay, dude, with Asakura, Gomes, and Yadong, dude. Can you imagine without paying?
Wait, Asakura, Son, and
Asakura, Son, and Gomes, dude.
Bro, that would pay a fucking fortune. I got to take a look now.
Which is funny because I think the prelims are pretty darn violent.
Yeah. All right, let's take a look just out of curiosity. Son decision, Gomes decision, and Asakura decision. Plus 134-1.
I love it, dude.
1,000 pays 135 large.
Maybe 500 for that one. Maybe. No.
Maybe like 700 or 800, so it pays 100K.
Yeah, you'll always find a way to finesse it. All right, buddy. What do you say we build some?
Let's go.
Okay, so at this point, I'm thinking about just picking someone from the super chats, so you get to ride that decision lay because we're still looking for a hit here.
Yeah, it's been bad, bro.
We got super chat parlays, Matty. We'll see if any of them are. This one's going to be a tough sell for you. Borjas unanimous decision. Perez sub. Hassan round 1 KO.
I'm out on that, big dog.
Good God, look at those odds.
I like the creativity though.
Yeah, good creativity here. Hassan KO, Ray sub, Usman decision. Umar, I assume. Yeah, Umar decision, the freest cycle.
Oh my God, is that even 10-1?
We liked Big China there in the cycle.
Yeah, I got to be out on it, but
that's my affectionate. What do you think of that affectionate nickname for Say Liu? Big China. I like that dude a lot.
Yeah.
I like him. I think he's gonna make some noise. Umar decision, Hassan Rojas and sub Asakura KO 25-1.
I'm out.
I think I'm out. Umar again. Perez sub Lima KO 27-50. This guy may have just threw a 2 little legger and just stole the pot, dude.
I mean, let me see what fight ends by sub and Lima KO pays. Keep that one for now.
That's it.
That's it? Boys, what is this dog shit? What was that? 3 super chats or 4?
That's 4.
Oh my God, boys. That's insane.
Hey, I mean, we're still open for submissions. You guys really
don't have faith in your super chats at this rate. That's got to be the lowest amount of super chats in show history, chat.
It is. It is.
Maybe it's just a shit card to bet on. That might be what it is. I'm going to give people 60 seconds. You guys can submit some more if you want. Because I don't love anything right now. I think I got to go Andrews, but I'm going to have to tweak it if no one submits a better one.
Either that or I'm getting in for 50 with our decision lay. You guys can bring it again next week. No, Andrews is good.
No, we read yours, Mariano. Yours was the first one we read.
Yep.
Yeah, people said the card shit. All right, we're going to go Andrews if he's cool with me tweaking it.
Tim's funny. We're peasants, remember?
I'm going to go Andre Lima KO, and I'm going to go the Perez fight the M by sub.
Okay.
And that's going to bring us to plus 1769.
I mean, at this point, we got to see one go through the hoop, right?
Yeah. 2K pays about 40. I'm not going to put 2. Well,
Andrew's good with it.
I'm going to put 1,100 on it to win 20. I'm screenshotting this.
So proportionately there, he's in for about 1,500 or so.
Yeah, $50 to win whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. Andrew, great read. Well done, Andrew. Hopefully you get us off the. I got one more, Matty. It's wild, but I do want to read it for Icky Zay. Borjas KO, Jingnang John decision at 130-1.
Jesus.
Icky Zay, if that smacks, the two of those together, we will pick you next week. Anything you want. If those two smack together.
Yeah.
That's funny. All right. You ready to hear what I got for the safe parlay this week, buddy?
Yeah.
And I know it's not going to feel safe in principle, but I'm going Zhao Long money line. And I am going the Rodriguez Big China fight to not start round 3. You slap those together, it's even money.
What was the second leg?
Zhao Long and then the Liu Rodriguez Jr. fight to not start round 3.
Nice. I like it.
You like that? I like it too. I think we get back on track with
I like it.
I'm so glad you like. I was nervous you weren't going to like Zhao Long there, and it would have made me upset because I kind of planned on him going in there. He's kind of a moderate favorite again after he burned everyone. I feel like it's a good spot for him.
Yeah.
Are you with me on KO at plus 475 for him? Is $1 million question.
On Zhao? Who's this for?
Zhao Long, yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Heck yeah. We got to get back to our right now as we say it, like of what you and I agree on. I think the cycle leg I like is the Zhao Long KO, like my official recommendation, the Perez fight to end by sub, and then you can take any of the decisions that we talked about that you want.
Yeah. Honestly, even the Gomes fight to go the distance
so
isn't that chalky as like a short cycle leg, you know?
Yeah. Well, you know what else? Other one I was going to throw at you. What about the Woodson fight to go the distance? Because I like Jenkins.
I would rather do the Gomes one because I just get scared Woodson fucking chinning him or him getting a lucky sub or something. I like the Gomes fight because I just believe in both girls' durability there.
So if I just speculatively throw this together, the Zhao Long KO like 5-1 or so.
Yeah.
The what was the sub we were looking at? The Perez fight sub. Do you like Saruya sub? I guess we could configure it a little bit differently. Fight and sub, and then I like that chalky goes the distance leg. Then you don't even have to. Dude, that's 43-1. Those three legs together.
It's what?
43-1 for Perez fight and sub. Yeah. Either guy. Zhao Long KO and Yan Zhao and Denise Gomes. I feel like that smacks, dude.
Oh man,
I feel like that smacks. Yeah. I know you'd be doubling down on the super chat there, but like,
yeah, not for sure.
Sub is tough this week unless you like that Saruya number, which feels kind of short.
I mean, honestly, with the Zhao Long KO, I can go short on the sub, and that's almost 5-1 on one leg.
Yeah. What do you think the difference is between that fight and sub and Ray Saruya sub? Maybe like 5 cents. With the Boris 7. I mean, it bailed you out potentially in that oral buy fight a couple of weeks ago where we were not expecting.
Yeah, but Jeremiah Wells is like an actual black belt. Like, that was just crazy.
So fight is plus 125 to end by sub. Saruya sub on its own on Hard Rock.
Wait, dude, it's better. You're right. The Hard Rock fucks that up sometimes, bro.
They're giving you 5 cents for having the audacity to think Borges sub.
Bro, I'm glad you said that because now I might actually just take it. You know, like
sure,
take the fight to end by sub. Just get an extra 5 cents and get a crazy Borjas sub too.
Oh. Yeah, something feels a little sketchy about the fact Borjas is such a big underdog again, and maybe he's due to get subbed. I don't know.
Like, I think the odds makers are like, yo, this Ray guy is just gonna sub him early, just like he just did to who did he just sub the first round? Garule hasn't really been subbed like that easily. I
think that was his first loss by sub, Garule's, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was his first loss by sub. To take a guy down like that and sub him right away. Bro, I feel like I gotta go for it. And that way I can keep the fight to end by sub in the plus 475 number in another lay. Do I trust Zhao Long? That's the big question mark.
What other KO would you be thinking about? Because I mean,
you know what it is? It's Sean Woodson at plus 425.
Oh, don't do that, dude. Jack Jenkins is a hammer, dude. Not like I want to hammer betting him, but he's he's durable.
I mean, Andre Lima's the other one I would look at for sure.
That's okay.
Plus 2.
Pilastri's not like a cycle KO leg. I like the sprinkles, but if you like Pilastri, by the way,
what I could do is take Denise Gomes' decision instead of the fight to go.
Yep, and go with.
So if I go Ray Tesora, fight to end by sub, Long Zhao KO, Denise Gomes by points, plus 47.50.
Oh, okay.
Now, if I take out Gomes' points and just take the fight to go the distance,
probably like 20-1.
Let me see. What the fuck is it?
I was thinking about putting out a road to UFC play for tomorrow, but then I reverse swept Dana White's Contender Series and think I need to manage my units smartly.
17-1. What a difference that is, bro.
Yeah, it was a little lower than even I thought.
I mean like picking the fighter on the cards turns it from 17-1 to 45-1. But man, when you lose a split decision, you're just sick about it.
Yeah. I'll tell you, maybe
Especially
just
in China too. My God.
Yeah, just maybe sleep on that cycle I gave you with the Perez fight and sub, and then Zhao Long, and then just take the chalky women's co-main goes to the distance. 43-1, not too bad. All right, but that's enough dilly-dallying. The official cycle will be out Friday. Matty will get that to you guys, as well as long shots only with our new pop in the realm. He's not a new dad, but another child. Hey, Jive, you guys will be doing that on Friday. I will have a lot of my stuff coming out as well. Tomorrow's my DFS projections, but lots of good stuff. Stay tuned to Home of Fight. You guys know how to find us on social media. If you found us by now, he's at Matty Betts with 2 S's. I'm at Swaim3 on social media, on Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. We appreciate you guys tuning in. We will see you again next week. I think do I want to say it's an Apex card next week, if I'm not mistaken?
I think so.
Oh, no, I'm completely wrong. It's in Paris, dude. September 5th, right? That's Paris. 2 weeks from now. The Saladin Parnes debut against Dan Hooker. So we have that to look forward to. Yeah, oh God, indeed. We have that to look forward to for, I believe that's Labor Day weekend, is it not? They usually don't fight on Labor Day weekend. Interesting. So we'll head over to France. That'll be a fun one from the Accor Arena. We'll see you guys then on that Wednesday. Until then, hope all your bets cash. Thank you so much for tuning with us. Like the video, subscribe, hype us up. It really helps us find new viewers. But until next time, take care.
Yes, sir.